How we doing, YouTube? Oh, Steve here. It is April the 8th, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, I am home. I had a bit of a kerfluffle at home yesterday. I had to come home and take care of, so ended up ruining half of yesterday and all of today. But I got a little load of firewood buzzed up. I gotta go home and work on the wood splitter. The wood splitter quit running last time I used it. What day was that? Saturday, I guess it was. I cut a little wood. And yeah, the old splitter stopped running. So I got a new spark plug for it. And hopefully that fixes it up. Otherwise, I may have maybe got some bad gas or something. But anyway, yeah, this last week of trucking was terrible. This week of trucking's terrible. There's kind of a common thread anymore with trucking. Every week is terrible. Had some scrap I was going to take in, and I went and checked what the price was today and make sure I knew how big they wanted it cut up. So there's a difference between prepared steel and just like anything you drag in. Well, it's off about 20 or 30 bucks a ton. And the aluminum, which was what I was really looking for, was off a little bit too. And a little more than that, actually. On aluminum, steel you buy by the ton. Aluminum you sell or buy by the pound. So it had been $270 a ton for steel, heavy steel, and it's down to $240. And aluminum had been up in the mid 70 cents a pound, and it was down to 67 cents a pound. And I asked the boy that runs the scrapyard. They opened a new scrapyard not too far from me, actually. I had another one that I used to like to go to, but his prices are even a little bit worse. So I thought I might check out this new one just to see what they got going on up there. And a pretty nice kid that seemed to be running it. He said, "Yeah." I'm looking back over my shoulder. That deer food plot is right, or the corn feeder's right back. Well, probably back over my head. If my head wasn't in the way, you'd probably see it. Somewhere right back over there. And when I pulled in here and dumped that corn out, this tree that I've been buzzing up is right. Well, you can see how far it is away from it. Just that far away, 80 feet. And there was a deer that kind of trotted back into the woods. And I was looking to see, they're going to want to come out and see what I dumped under that corn feeder. But if I'm here talking, they won't come out then. But it'll be interesting to see how long they wait after I leave, because they'll come on the trail camera. I'll know what time they come out, how long they wait for me. They're in there probably watching me right now. But anyway, yeah, the boy said, "You might want to wait," he said, "especially on that aluminum. If you got copper, aluminum, it's more valuable." He said, kind of let everything sort out. And I thought I was going to ask you if the tariff deal had any effect on your scrap price. If this isn't the strangest thing, a lot of our scrap, especially the aluminum and copper and the precious metals like that, most of that gets exported to China or Malaysia or India or something like that. And then they remake it into some kind of doodad to sell back to us. The heavy metal, that generally doesn't get exported. That stays here and they turn it into I-beams and bridge beams and things like that. And it's so heavy, that heavy steel. Now, they will export heavy metal steel, but like I said, it's so much heavier, it makes more sense financially to do the precious metals, what they call precious metals, which would be your coppers and aluminums, and especially the copper and the brass and things like that. Those two in particular, and then aluminum. And then, like I said, I don't know how much heavy metal they do, but anyway, yeah, I asked him. I was going to ask you about that, if the tariffs had any big deal on it. And he said he had his price sheet laying on the desk there, and he said, I've changed this price sheet 5 times in the last 7 days. And I said, how many times up? He laughed. He said, none. All down. Oh, those guys, the buyers of that stuff, the middleman, they don't want to get on the hook for a bunch of metal and then not be upside down on it. Usually, like the big heavy metal and things like that, usually those prices don't change until the end of the month. And then everybody redoes contracts at the end of the month, the end users and everything. So they'll bid for whatever steel they think they're going to need for that month at the beginning of the month, and then they set the price. So usually the price is about the same for the whole month on the steel. I don't know about the aluminum and the other stuff. Like I said, I don't sell very much of that. I got a fair bit of it to go in now. I got a trailer I need to cut up, and old hopper, and a couple other things that I need to get chopped up. But like I said, I don't want to. I was talking to a buddy of mine. He said, I'm gonna wait. I said, I think that's $20 or $30 cheaper than when he checked a couple 3 months ago. He said, I ain't gonna sell it that cheap. I said, I don't know. I said, it might be this is the best price we get for a while. Yeah, he said, I ain't selling it. I ain't gonna give up that. He said, I ain't changing it. He said, I'm gonna wait. So we'll see. I don't have any ready processed and ready to go in, so I'd be a week or so before I had any ready anyway. So we'll sort through, and who knows what this thing will look like in a week's time, but just between you and me, I'd rather it was a little bit bumpy ride for a little bit longer, and we onshore some of that manufacturing so people got places to work here, good industrial jobs like we used to have, where we make actual things. And we don't export this aluminum and the copper and the brass, that we keep it here in America and we use it to make things, and then we sell the things someplace else. But I already went over that the last video. We don't need to rehash that one again. I thought that video would do a little better than it did. You guys don't seem to have a lot of interest in my political thoughts, which is fine. Most of the time I don't have a lot of interest in my political thoughts either. The problem, it's not a problem, I'm not going to say it's a problem. The videos that I have that do the best tend to be the ones where I'm mad about trucking. Generally, those mad, being upset about videos or something going wrong videos, not just with my channel, but with all channels, those are usually the bangers. Those are the ones that do pretty good. If you put a video out that says, I had a rotten day, in 5 minutes you put out another video that said, I had a great day, there's no doubt about which one's going to get more clicks. Zero doubt. But then, like I said, I don't do any thumbnails or anything like that. I'm not complaining a bit, so I don't know what you guys think I'm complaining. Yeah, it's... Yeah, as I say about trucking content, I'm just not that interested in trucking. I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not that interested in trucking content. I'm not interested in trucking anymore. Trucking or trucking content. So even if I only get 20 or 40 views maybe on some of my other little videos, my outdoor videos, that's the stuff I like to do. So, I mean, that's probably the way the channel's going to go. But like I said, I don't know. Well, shoot, we're almost done. God bless everybody. I hope you had a great day or have a great week, and talk soon.